What is good, Renegade Nation? It has been a while since we've done this, but before we begin the video, I want to give a shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Roman Penn, Michaela Chaperonova, Pixely Wolf, Donald Fuller, Eric Green, Matthew Paulson, Meister Muckteague, Alex Love, Tom Sketchit, Josh Wilson, Avery H., Libby Brinkman, Chris, Starkiller SCP-049, Kinvara, Frederick Yeager, Damn Isit, Jovan Ramos, Seth Clark, Yo Boy Daniel, Benjamin Cooper, Thezion1111, Finn Pirola Henderson, and as always, I'd like to give a shout out to our executive producer, Bevan Brummett, and welcome our new executive producer, Hades Belt. Thank you all very much for your support. If you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link in the description. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you later. Good job! See what happens? See what happens when you're stupid? See what happens? Ah! National security! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! No! Let me out of the box! Daddy, please let me out of the box! I'm stuck! Look at me! Look at me! Look at me! I'm stuck up here! I'm stuck up here! Look! Huh. Devil May Cry 5. That was a very welcome surprise for me. I mean, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, but it turned out to be great. It's probably my favorite Devil May Cry. Which is saying something because, you know, there's 5 of them. Plus various other editions that have come out. I think my favorite for the longest time was Devil May Cry 3 Director's Cut. The one where you can play as Virgil. I thought that one was my favorite. And then, of course, Devil May Cry 4, which, to me, I guess wasn't as well executed as I think they hoped it would be. Because they were trying to transfer, like, protagonists of the series from Dante to Nero. And I think to a certain degree that worked. But for the most part, it's just like everyone's like, okay, when do we get to play as Dante? When do we get to do this? When do we get to do that? And I think it's in the in 5 where they fully realize, oh hey, we actually can make Nero the protagonist and everything. We just have to, have to do a better job at telling the story. And they did. I felt like, the full transfer of...
And also just, like, plenty of segments where you still get to play as Dante.
Oh, yes. Yes. You get to actually play as 3, and also, like, once you have the most recent update, 4, because I think you get to play as Virgil, too. I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah. Because I haven't played it in forever.
I haven't played it since it released. So.
But I loved this game. From beginning to end, I loved it.
I didn't exactly play it like you're supposed to play it because much like the Resident Evil games ever since I guess 4. It's like technically meant to be played through multiple times.
Yes.
And I only played it through one time, but I had a lot of fun with the one time I went through it, for sure.
Well, one thing I enjoy...
But you don't unlock, like, nearly all of the stuff for each character on your first trip through.
Oh yeah. It's meant to be replayed multiple times with the various characters. You have Nero, you have Dante, you have V, I wish that they had an option where you could play as Trish, Lady. I wish that there was options you could play as them, but well. I guess it is what it is. But needless to say, I enjoyed the hell out of Devil May Cry 5. And what did you all think? Did you all like Devil May Cry 5? I mean, I guess we're gonna see what maxor thinks of it because, yeah, as y'all saw from the the thumbnail and the title of this, we're doing another maxor reaction. Hey, everyone out there wants us to react to more maxor stuff. So, here we are. So, Devil May Cry 5 Part 1. This is the first one from maxor. I guess we're going to give this a watch and see what happens. You ready? Let's go.
Gary's Mod Farm is a fighting hack-and-slash game where you play as a single family of Nirvana backup singers and their detachable appendages, struggling to stop mankind's ultimate foes, Virgin and Urinate, who are peaceful environmentalists attempting to grow a tree in their yard. You play as our intrepid heroes Dante Inferno, Nero Claudius, and the Roman numeral 5 as they attempt to run their small business amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Times are tough, but fortunately Nero is forklift certified. Along the way, you will encounter testicular torsion, skeletons, famous YouTuber Critical,
What? Oh, come on. Actually,
you will encounter testicular torsion, skeletons, famous YouTuber Critical.
Fair enough. Okay. I think even Charlie would appreciate that.
The realization that you left the stove on downstairs, and Dark Souls PvP, but with enough tenacity, strength, cunning, and force of will, I will be able to tell you about what happens in the game with remarkable accuracy. Because who would want to play Devil May Cry 5? That would be stupid. So sit, lie back, and clap, enjoy, see video, run, relax, and enjoy an incorrect summary of Noise Level High 5. Our story begins with Nero here in his garage tending to his new Lamborghini. While faced with the acquisition of knowledge, Nero finds a small man standing outside.
Knowledge.
What is that music? Wait, what the fuck? So he steals his whole arm in one quick motion. Then he uses the arm to go to the Fuda dimension. That way he can never be seen again. So like a week passes and now the big
Say what?
Said Jesus Christ.
tree exists. This is a completely unrelated incident, soon to be resolved, as the now one-armed Nero and his new friend Five are already inside of it. The two head forward into a dungeon, remarking how Dante invited them over for a picnic, when suddenly Nero spots a letter from the Demon King Urizen. Reading the letter, it specifies that the Koopalings and him have taken over the Mushroom Kingdom, and that Dante is now a permanent guest at one of his 7 Koopa hotels. Nero begins traversing the Walmart garden section when he encounters a bee. Thinking quickly, Nero just shoots the bee, since guns work and are the most effective means of self-defense. You must head on without me, Nero. My bird is crashing. Your what? Fucking Vista. Nero shoots through his enemies until he reaches the throne room of Urinate. He finds Dante passed out, and Urinalysis, like every true-blooded American, is in his Fox News chair. With no other options, Nero forces Urinoscopy to shift from beating up old people to beating up cripples.
Which you actually can beat
Who are
him.
you people? Why are you in my house? Please leave immediately or I will have to.
Round 2. So Uridine punches them to death, and the Mario brothers are forced to escape. Nero's only recourse now is to hopefully get strong enough to grow a new arm and live to challenge Uranemic again. Kylo Ren, however, is just a fucking pussy who's not going to do anything. Even after the tree eats everyone, he's just like, oh, fuck it, dude, plants grow. So like another week past.
So, okay, here's the interesting thing. You actually can beat Urizen in the beginning. You've seen this happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's difficult. It's very, very hard, but you can do it.
And it rolls credits if you do, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Passes, and now Nero is being driven by a woman, a terrible mistake. As if to spite Nero, she drives intentionally into a group of bees. This prompts the greatest credit sequence known to mankind.
Yes!
It gave me a filmmaking boner. So Nero becomes trapped in the slow motion dimension for a week until he's able to get off at Atlanta. Here, Nero enters a sex shop and finally purchases a fisting device. He then uses it in legal self-defense in order to bypass the bee rights laws of 1994. Nero's gameplay consists of expert use of his sword, along with proper mastery of his great array of vibrators, all with different specialties and abilities. This one, for instance, vibrates the fucking electromagnetic field. Or this one, which vibrates his position in space-time. Atlanta's fucked up. Nero then proceeds to fight all 2 enemies that are available to him before assuming the role of a Brazilian logging company. Have you ever tried fighting a plant before? It's very easy.
Get in my teleporting van.
You're what? Alright. Nero proceeds to wander aimlessly through the city. Nero proceeds to fight aimlessly through the city. Along the way, he encounters sedans, angry sedan owners, hotels, indescribable horrors, and Italian business
Sedans and sedans. God dang it.
owners. Now motivated, Nero takes to the city streets to probably do something eventually. Feeling bored, he takes to the phone and calls Amazon single-day delivery shipping at 11:59 p.m. God bless those drivers. As Nero makes his way to the church, he accidentally steps on one of those Amazon ordering buttons and buys an entire ambulance.
Yeah.
Man, I sure do hope you speak English. Oh, he's British.
Damn. Oh.
Unfortunately, this ambulance delivery man is 30 seconds over his bathroom break, forcing Nero to dispatch him for the good of the company. You may notice the game is trying to teach me the alphabet over here, but I refuse to learn it. Devil May Cry's combat is not necessarily about surviving your enemies, but fucking owning them. And depending on how stylish you are, your letter rating will potentially go up to one of the higher letters. I don't know. I was a rebel in preschool. Nero conducts an epic battle with the monster, poking and prodding at him while he swings his titanic arms and breaks everything in sight. Eventually, the beast resorts to his ultimate attack, Vor, spitting Nero out into the streets and forming a Vornado to try and stop him. And just as it seems hopeless for our anime girl, Nero is able to find a fizz gun and slams the Amazon employee into the ground, killing him instantly.
Damn.
What the fuck is he saying? 'Twas the moment that, after years of searching, had Twilight Sparkle finally realized.
Oh my god.
That friendship.
Fucking MLP fan fiction reading. Get the fuck out of here, V. Get the fuck out of here. Get out.
Was
I love that he modded it into the game too.
Yeah.
Die, bitch. Lasagna.
Panther.
Lasagna.
Surprise Panther.
Pardon my delay. I was catching up on some reading. V, are you fucking disabled? Yes, Nero. I do have a disability. My IQ is too high. God damn it.
Go!
Okay.
Nero proceeds through the city on a zipline, starting a cutscene 3 fucking seconds after starting the level. Now you know what bats look like. He begins heading towards the big tree, encountering enemies because this is a video game. Nero wanders into the sewers, and then out of the sewers, and then into the scissors ghost. This game has the consistency of an Escher painting. Nero kills the scissor man from Clock Tower, and then systematically loosens every single bookshelf. Feeling mischievous, Nero finds a phone and tells Nico that he's pregnant and that she needs to get there right away. He goes into a religious building for the second time today to find that God has given him the snake girl waifu that he always prayed for. Isn't this what you always wanted? This boss fight is what I'd like to call Toho's Bizarre Adventure, since it involves dodging an assload of projectiles and fighting your own depth perception. He cuts into her succulent snake body to find a fully intact woman, but the game doesn't care about her, so neither will I. Meanwhile, down the street, Kylo Ren is walking his parrot. Kylo Ren is forced to find a new operating system for his parrot. He does this by standing around and watching his cat play with excessively alive yarn. V's gameplay is very simple. You tell this guy and this guy to kill things for you, and when the time comes, read. The majority of the difficulty comes from assuring that his frail Slovenian body does not become crushed by the weight of his hollow bones. And whenever he feels like it, V can summon Bowser. Bowser is really strong. V goes shopping at New Longio for like 3 minutes before he calls tech support.
Dude, to be honest, I heard some people complain. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I heard some people complain about V's gameplay style, and I thought it was fun as fuck.
Basically, you're like commander, and you're just commanding your troop. You're basically it's a different play style. I mean, it's
like literally a summoner, but done with like action game like controls, and it's awesome.
I guarantee you, people are going to use this in other play styles like this in other games in the future. And it'll be considered revolutionary. But because it's Devil May Cry, and you expect every character to be Nero or Dante or Virgil, fuck it.
Yeah.
Strong. V goes shopping at New Longio for like 3 minutes before he calls tech support, claiming that he flattened the pins on his CPU.
As someone who's built PCs is like for everybody. Oh.
Hearing of this news, Linus Tech Tips arrives to
Holy
challenge
shit!
him, delivering the vengeful wrath of his 3 12K cameras. Unfortunately, this is the worst boss in the game, and I can't say that I fought him well because V doesn't fight anything. Upon killing Linus Tech Tips, V opens the doors to Sears, but sees this guy and is like,
fuck this shit, I'm out.
I wish I was dead. V goes through Fallout 3 and is trapped by an anus, at which point he is forced to fight through the anoids. He enters a construction site but is trapped by the anus again. Do you see a pattern? Fortunately, V's fights look like a cartoon battle in a dust cloud. He encounters a giant bug and I can't think of anything funny. Please don't put this in the script. I can't tell how, but I'm winning. V finally escapes the storm drain.
Back when iDubbbz was funny. Jesus.
To celebrate, he calls Nico and tells her that he's a YouTuber, so she comes immediately to suck his dick. Also, he's very handsome and his voice sounds extremely cool. So anyways, I saw a cringe Doomer poster and I thought to my trad self that I would show him as being a soy Wojak and to add the correct amount of irony.
What
through
are
his
you
troll face was
fucking
covering
saying?
himself in-
Find the stupid devil sword, you internet poisoned dumb fuck, before I grow a brain aneurysm.
Damn, she was just about to miss my 60-minute presentation on the Warhammer 40k lore. Hello!
What was that about a devil sword?
Nothing, it's not important anyways. Do you use Reddit? V is now forced to battle the Arch-Redditor, and to do this, he will need to use all of the skills that he has already used, such as dodging, flying, and watching. This boss fight is one of the best in the game, as V is forced to remain mobile, balancing the damage of his minions while overcoming the caffeinated super ranting of the Redditoid. Those are real words, I guess. But through mastery of V's delegation skills, our hero puts up a legendary battle, and after an immense and prolonged struggle, he moves in for the kill and finally slays his horse. We killed his horse. Then he just walks away. V sprained his ankle or something. Meanwhile, down the street, Nero attempts to get into Sears and accidentally becomes Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic.
It's time to begin another shit boss. This time, he will be killing an imported giraffe before those bastards of the USDA can steal it from him. I'm not going to dwell on this. You hit his legs to go up, and when you go up, you hit him, and then he dies.
Yo.
So now they're outside a subway station when V comes in. Yes, I know it doesn't make sense, and he's here to tell us some important information.
You can't travel through here in a car.
Try telling
So
that
now we're
to-
entering Sears
try-
on foot,
yeah,
I guess.
again.
And contained within are the secret Geico saboteurs. The Sears mission has the great gimmick of introducing the Sears catalog, who is tasked with birthing affordable and great prices onto Nero, all of which he must fight the urge to purchase. The primary gameplay of these encounters is eliminating the Sears catalogs while juggling the great deals that they produce. And with enough strength and dedication, Nero can save 15% or more on his car insurance. Please let me see my family, Geico Lizard. I didn't do anything wrong. Little Caesar's Pizza finds
Jesus
a phone
Christ.
and, as a joke, tells Nico that the McRib is back.
You can't travel through here in a car.
Now with a
Again, tell Nico that, and she'll just be like, ha! Show you.
presence in the level completely
Show you,
invalidated,
motherfucker.
we exit the Sears into the city and towards the stage to meet up with Kylo Cart and Ire, only to be interrupted by a musical number.
Oompa loompa dippity dife, I will end your fucking life. Oompa loompa dippity dunk, this game's better than Cyberpunk.
This is fucking hilarious. Where'd you...
You know, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. This game is better than Cyberpunk.
Find these
So there's
guys.
a lot of games.
entire stage to roll around like Hot Wheels.
Our heroes are now forced to fight the Oompa Loompas in one of the most crazy, chaotic, and fun boss battles of the entire game. Just listen to that music, dude. It's better than getting a YouTube collaboration with virtual YouTuber Tsunamaki Watame. Please. Our heroes tear through the enemy.
Damn.
Probably, I can't really tell what's happening until only their boss remains, and then you kill him like a video game enemy.
V, why did you rig the stage to roll around?
It was to save time, Nero.
What do you mean save time?
We don't have time for questions.
Why not? A Redditor told me that there's a sword in that house, Nero. I have to get the sword.
Yeah.
Nero's path to reaching the Demon
Okay.
King is now laid before him, and he moves in to finally face him. Within one mission's length of walking distance, we took like 30 minutes to get through a subway station, and Nero's just gonna traverse a town and walk up a tree in like 2 seconds. He bites up to the root of the tree. At the bottom of a root have thing tree in it many entities. The imposter is sus. Nero finally succumbs to 4, effectively simulating a Chinese elevator as I struggle to narrate the 50 combat encounters. Now we are higher up the tree, and all it took was my sense of location, altitude, and timing. Nero struts in confidently, only to encounter the long-dead soul of a loyal Shia militant, who gracefully died in the name of the Ayatollah. Nero smacks it to death nearly instantly. That was a lot
Damn.
of build-up for a basic enemy. We go up into the bore hole and then fight the Oompa Loompa boss for the second time in like 30 minutes. Only this time, I can tell what's happening because V isn't here. Third time's the charm, and fourth time's the harm, as Nero finds a phone station. He then states that he is in need of a tall Discord mommy immediately. Now prepare, Nero finally moves in to rematch the Demon King Urinative for the final time.
Urizen, I finally come to stop your reign of terror and rescue Dante.
My name is Kyle. Why do you keep coming here.
Your taunting doesn't work on me, your anemia.
Get the fuck out.
It's time for the fight that we've all been waiting for as Nero struggles to battle the demon equivalent of a diabetic man stuck in his chair. The point of the fight is that Urizen is guarded by a magic crystal so he can continue being hooked up to an IV bag of monster energy. And to fight him, Nero will first have to damage the crystal while juggling all of his attacks. And with only a sliver of health left and the crystal nearly destroyed, I die, so just pretend that I got him.
You're not even a demon, you're just a little stupid guy, making me get out of my goddamn Fox News chair. You hate me because I am beautiful, but if you got rid of that yee-yee-ass haircut, you may get some bitches on your dick. Or better yet, maybe V will call you dog ass when he's done fucking with that cat or whatever. Nero.
It's time for the real battle.
No. Oh, wow. I can't believe they went there. Maybe you get some bitches on your dick. Nero.
Against Urizen to begin,
Goes all
unleashing
over the
all of the
place.
caffeine that he's accumulated. This fight is tough and requires all of the skills that you've mastered throughout your playthrough. Except, this is mission 8 out of 20. Needless to say, this fight is slightly psychotic.
Okay, seriously though, you have to get out of the house now. You have to leave the house and not come back. Who are you? Who dares interfere?
Devil may cry.
Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it?
I think it's spreading.
It's yours, my friend.
Oh, fuck. Hey there, make yourself at home. My name is V, and there's a giant demon about to resurrect that I know about for reasons, and I need your help to stop it. I have heard that exact fucking Stop talking like that. I have heard that exact fucking sentence 4 goddamn times now for like 20 years. Were you born yesterday? So, you'll kill the demon? That sounds good, and also I think you're really handsome and your tattoos look amazing and your voice isn't stupid. And also you're tall and have had sex at least once. We resume our perspective on the not quite present through the eyes of V as he attempts to find the fabled Sword of Redditors. But to do so, he will have to watch other people fight through a gauntlet of enemies, involving many challenges probably as he pretends to struggle to the exit. But as V moves through the level, you notice a feeling of remorse and of nostalgia, wondering where this feeling will lead him. His only choice is to watch further as the level is played for him. Eventually, V comes upon 3 average white girls and also the sword. Amused for some reason, V is forced to interrupt the dance party of the caucasoidal femoids. The fight for control of the Starbucks is crazy and chaotic because you're using 3 guys to fight 3 guys, legally classifying it as an RTS. And like all white women, these enemies are hard to read. But even harder to read are my own fucking attacks. However, V can read, and after hours of whatever this is, V reads a story where he wins the fight and the enemies die. What the hell? Please shut up for 1 second. We have 2 options available to us. Either we let Urizen liquefy Nero and turn him into a small slushy, or I risk shish kebabbing Dante, which isn't that much of a choice. Now that I think about it, let's say it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Yeah. That's where I figured it was going to end right there. At the halfway point of the game.
Yeah, kind of. After the beginning of the game, like after a bit, like I followed for a bit, and then I was just like, shit, I don't remember like anything past a certain point in this game. Apparently,
I remember.
I remember basically up until like pretty much right after the second Urizen fight, I guess, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't remember any of this stuff now.
With V basically like resin
Going
Dante.
through and finding the sword, yeah, and finding Dante and stuff.
Yeah. So
I don't know, my brain just kind of
that's how it goes, man.
forgot a lot of it, I guess. And I'm kind of like, there's 20 missions and that already happened, so like, what the hell happens for the rest of the missions? I can't even remember.
Well, I guess we'll find out next time
On the next episode.
in the next episode of Dragon Balls
PP.
Dragon D's Balls. So, this makes me want to play the game again. It really does.
That's the reason I got my own copy of it, but I'm playing Elden Ring right now, so.
Well, yeah, he's in the midst of Elden Ring, which is just...
Probably will be for a while.
Yeah, considering the depth of that game, Jesus. I mean, there's...
Considering the fact that I'm usually slow at playing games, because on the how long to beat type thing, I usually go over what it suggests most people took time-wise for each game.
When it came to Devil May Cry 5, you actually went through that pretty damn quick.
Yeah, but like with other games like that are not as short, like a lot of times I take a lot longer. Like character action games I can go through reasonably fast. Astral Chain being the exception because of the fucking way that it keeps unlocking things that I keep going back for, and I came to the conclusion that the next time I decide to play that game, I'm just going to go straight through the game one time, and then I'm going to go back and look for stuff.
Yeah.
Because like it takes too fucking long to keep going back when you unlock stuff.
That's just like with this one. I mean, it's impossible for you to unlock all of the shit for every character the first time through.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible. You have to play through multiple times, and
it's either that or you replay missions a bunch of times.
Oh, that's true. That's true as well. Yeah, you can. But I think that's counterproductive. Going through the same exact mission over and over and over again consecutively, instead of being like, oh, well, let me try this out or try that out and see how this playstyle works. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I think that this is again.
Basically, I was just gonna say those Elden Ring's supposed to be like 30 hours if you rush straight through the main story, which is already hard as fuck to do because you're not really leveled enough for the main story if you don't do side shit. But they were saying like you could easily probably hit 100 hours if you took your time with doing everything in the game. So I would say I'll end up over 100 hours in Elden Ring.
Still, the reviews for it are just astronomical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still blown away by it. You've been playing it on PC, and how has it been handling?
It's been fine.
Been good on PC?
Yeah.
That's good.
Apparently other people have had some problems with the PC version, but I've not, luckily. It's not, like, completely smooth in spots, but it's been smooth in combat at the very least.
Well, that's good.
Like, there's certain times where I'm out in the open world and I'm looking around, like, out in the distance and stuff, and I kind of notice, like, some lights, like, just roughness. But it's usually very minimal and doesn't last very long. It's like a second of, like, roughness, so it's not bad at all. I've been having a crap ton of fun with it, though.
That's good.
Yeah, very good game.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Me, I don't know. I might take a little bit to get to it, but eventually I think I may get an Elden Ring.
Have you played the other Soulsborne game?
Oh, I played, I played through Bloodborne. I beat it. I played through Sekiro, I think up until, it was... Yeah, I think it was... Where was I at on that? I played a good amount of it. I'd say I at least put in at least 25 hours on it. And then there was Dark Souls. Played it a long time ago. Dark Souls 3, I played a bit of it. Oh man.
It's like Elden Ring's probably closest to Dark Souls 3 in terms of how it feels.
Okay.
But it's got its own mechanics and the speed is probably Bloodborne-ish. Bloodborne like Sekiro speed, like everything's very fast.
Well, that's good. It's good that it's fast and responsive.
The enemies are fast.
Oh.
Like the bosses and shit, like holy shit.
Okay.
Like some of them are incredibly difficult to find the openings on. Like, I found one boss that I was just probably under-leveled for and killed me like 35 times. But yeah, I kind of want to play Devil May Cry 5 some more eventually as well, but I'm going to wait until I get an opening in my repertoire of games to go back to it.
Well, one
that
day
is if we still exist and at that point, because, you know, kind of looking like we might get nuked soon, so.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I'm thinking we'll be all right. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, I heard that Putin, like, literally has his people with nukes, like, pretty much ready to launch at a moment's notice.
They always say that.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, I don't think he plans to launch against us at all. I think that'd be dumb. The only thing, he's using that as basically a deterrent, or basically as a thing to say, hey, Ukraine, y'all don't got any nukes. We do. You better sue for peace. That's basically what he's doing.
Yeah. Feel very bad for Ukraine.
I do too. It sucks.
They have proven to be ridiculously badass, though.
Hey, man, it's that Slavic
fighting
pride.
back
You can't
against
beat
Russia. Well, I mean, you would think Russia has the Slavic pride too, but
well, here's the thing.
There's a difference between like people being sent in that probably don't even really want to be going, like, to do that, and people like literally being like, I'm defending my home against people who are being assholes.
Well, again, it's like here, dude. I mean, if people broke into this house, I'd defend it with my
Oh, hell
life
yeah.
to my
Yeah,
dying
if
breath.
people
because
invaded
not
this
just me who
country,
lives
we would
here.
be like, hey, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is like, our military is going to be one problem. Well, I mean, it's kind of like that in some other countries too. Like, I mean, one of the problems with the Iraq war was like they didn't know a lot of the times who the hell they were even supposed to be fighting, because, you know, you'd just be like, the military would just be like chilling on a street, and all of a sudden a kid would whip out an AK. Like, it's like, oh,
or a kid
fuck.
would whip out a grenade and just like throw it at your tank.
You know, be walking by them and just be like, ah, and just blow up, like, take them with them. But I don't know. Here, I feel like you have the military to deal with, obviously, but you would also have everybody else who owns a gun that would also probably be like, hey, fuck yourself. Like, especially in the South.
Oh, anyone who comes
like, if
to
you had
my
like
house
Russia
and
come
deal with
over and like try to take over like the South, like, we would all just be like, yeah, we're probably gonna shoot you if we see you anywhere near our places.
knowing them, they'll probably just nuke the entire South from everything from west of Roanoke down to Texas. They'll just nuke it.
I think if they did that, then we would start to have a lot of problems with the Earth too, though.
Probably.
So that would be a lot of fucking nuclear fallout.
Yeah, it would.
A lot of damage to the atmosphere and shit.
I'm just joking. I don't know what they're gonna do. Who knows what Russia's gonna do? I personally, I don't want to.
That's literally like the what is it, Red Dawn? Is that the name of the movie?
Oh my gosh.
That's
Red
like that
Dawn.
kind of scenario. It's like sort of a fictional scenario. It's probably never actually going to happen.
Well, and that's the thing. Red Dawn showed where we were in terms of our mindset of where we thought the Russians were at. And in truth, when the truth was revealed, it's like, oh, Russia was actually like falling apart internally, and we didn't know because they maintained their image like we are unstoppable Russian Soviet machine. And then all of a sudden, like, Chernobyl happened, and then Glasnost and Perestroika, and then before you know it, they basically just collapsed. And then, Red Dawn, I actually went and watched a little bit of it not too long ago. It was it was when the Air Force pilot was talking about, the progress of the war and where everything, how everything was, where the lines were. He was just like, yeah, they got as far as here, as far as there, and as far as this. Just like, do we have any allies out there? He's like, yep, 600 million angry screaming Chinamen. Like, I thought there were 1 billion angry screaming Chinamen. There were. Throws his liquor on the fire and it like bursts into flames. Like, damn. basically China's population got cut in half from the nuclear firestorm. But anyway, this was a interesting video from Maxor, as always. I mean, anytime people ask us to react to Maxor, I'm always just like, all right, let's do it. So, all right, everyone. Until next time, I guess. Signing off, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
We'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace.